press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, welcome to part 20 of the chapter Electrochemistry. So today I am going to continue the discussion of competitive questions from question number 41. Question number 41. For the disproportionation of copper Cu plus to Cu plus 2 plus Cu, E naught is given. So E naught for Cu plus 2 to Cu, cupric ion to copper ion is 0.34 volts and standard reduction potential value for copper ion, cupric ion to cuprous ion is 0.15 volts. So what is the value of E naught value? So standard reduction potential value of cuprous ion to cupric ion along with the Cu, that is the disproportionation reaction. So first equation is Cu plus 2 to Cu plus 2 electrons converted into Cu. So for this reaction, reduction potential value is, so E naught value is 0.34 volts, 0.34 volts. So what is the value of N? So number of electron change is 2, N is equal to 2, N is equal to 2 plus 2 to 0 oxidation state. So we call it as, this is the equation 1, so equation 1. So for this reaction, delta G1 is equal to NF E naught cell formula, delta G1 is equal to minus N value to F as it is. So E naught value is 0.34 volts. This is the value of delta G1 for the first equation. Then similarly, cupric ion to cuprous ion, cupric ion to cuprous ion, it gains 1 electron converted into Cu plus, So for this reaction, E naught value is given, that is E naught is equal to 0.15 volts, 0.15 volts. Then what is the value of N? Plus 2 to plus 1, N is equal to 1. Then delta G2 is equal to, so here N is equal to 1, this is the equation 2, delta G2 is equal to minus N value 1, F, E naught is 0.15. Is clear? Then another one, so what is the value of E naught for the disproportionation reaction? Cu2Cu plus will give rise to Cu plus 2 plus Cu, plus 1 to plus 2 and plus 1 to 0, plus 1 to 0. Then so E naught value is to be calculated. In this reaction, plus 1 to plus 2, so or plus 1 to 0. So N value is equal to 1 for this reaction. This is the third equation. So delta G3 is equal to minus N value 1. So F E naught is to be calculated. Now for the disproportionation of copper, E naught is anta kelidare. Is clear? Done. To obtain this equation by considering equation 1 and 2. Now equation 1, equation 2 nodara. 2 moles of cuprous ion in the left side, but in the equation 2, 1 mole of cuprous ion in the right side. Therefore, this equation is reversed and multiplied by 2. So because C plus 1 mole of cuprous ion in the right side, but in the required equation 2 moles of cuprous ion in the left side. So therefore second equation is multiplied by 2 and reverse. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ನೀವು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಸೊ therefore delta G3 is equal to delta G1 minus 2 into delta G2. ಮೈನಸ್ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೈನಸ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ಬೈ 2. ಸೊ ಹೀಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ G3 ಈ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರೆ. ಸೊ 2 ಇಂದ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಿ. 2Cu ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್. ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡ್ರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2Cu ಪ್ಲಸ್ 2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ 2Cu ಪ್ಲಸ್ 2 ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ Cu ಪ್ಲಸ್ 2 ಇದೆ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ 1 mole ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಯೂಪ್ರಿಕ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ಇದೆ, ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ 2 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಇದು ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, 2 ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇದು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಬಾರ್ದು, ಏನು ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ G3 ಹೀಗಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ G3 ಈ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ is obtained by multiplying the second equation by 2 and it is subtracted from first equation, is clear. ನೋಡಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮೇಶನ್ಗೆ ನೋಡಿ, Cu plus 2 plus 2 electron converted into Cu. This is the first equation, delta G1, is clear. Then second equation multiplied by 2 and reversed. So reverse ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 2Cu plus in the left side, 2Cu plus will give rise to 2Cu plus 2 plus 2 electrons. ನೋಡಿ ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ G3 ಬರಬೇಕು. ನೋಡಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ, 2 electrons Cu plus 2, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ 1 Cu plus 2 ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ 2Cu plus will give rise to Cu plus 2 plus Cu. ನೋಡಿ ಈ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನೋಡಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಗ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ G3 ಏನಿದೆ, ಮೈನಸ್ ಎಫ್ ಇ ನಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ G1. ಸೊ ಎನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 2 minus 2f into minus 2f into 0.34 minus of 2 into this value. ನೀವು 2 ಇಂದ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರಿ. ಸೊ 2 into minus of n ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ನೋಡ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಇಂದ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಂತ minus 2 into f into 0.15. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ರಿ. 2 into actually ಏನು, so second equation is multiplied by 2 into 0.15, 2 into 0.15, is clear. Then this is equal to, it is equal to, so 0. minus f into 0.68 minus into minus plus f into 0.30. This is equal to minus f into 0.38. So or in other words, f common ತೆಗೆದು ಬಿಡ್ರೆ, so minus f e naught is equal to minus, so f common ತೆಗೆದ್ರೆ minus 0.68 plus 0.30. so f cancel ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ರೆ, minus e naught is equal to minus 0.38. so 0.68 plus 0.30. so higher negative sign ಇದೆ, so minus 0.38 volts. ಎರಡು ಕಡೆ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಸೈನ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ so e naught value is equal to 0.38 volts. this is your answer, 0.38 plus 0.38 volts. is clear. So for the question number 41, option 3 is the right option. So third option is the right option. is clear. ಇದನ್ನು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಥರ್ಮೋಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ನೀವೇನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಗಿವನ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ. ಬಟ್ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ G0 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಆ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ G0 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Is it clear? So ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬರ್ಕೊಡ್ರೆ. So reduction potential of cupric ion to copper is given, that is 0.34 volts. In this case N is 2. Is it clear? N value, number of electron change is 2. So delta G1 is equal to minus NF E naught, N value 2, F as it is 0.34. Similarly for this second one, cupric ion to cuprous ion, cupric ion, if it gains 1 electron, convert into cuprous ion. So here in this case, N value 1 minus F into 0.15. So but this equation is multiplied by 2. 2 in the multiplied minus 2F into 0.15 agutte, and it is reversed. So that is why delta G3 is equal to delta G1 minus delta 2 into delta G2. 2 into delta G2. ನಾನು equation 2 ಇಂದ multiply ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. So simplify ಮಾಡ್ರೆ, so you will get the answer. Okay. Next question. Question number 42. A cell reaction is spontaneous when? A cell reaction is spontaneous when? So if cell reaction is spontaneous, this is possible only when delta G, it becomes negative. Delta G becomes negative. So delta G negative ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ EMF ಏನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು? Cell reaction is spontaneous only when, by considering delta G value, equilibrium constant and EMF. Note, observe ಮಾಡ್ರೆ. So for spontaneous reactions, so standard EMF of a cell is positive. If it is positive, then only delta G naught is negative. So delta G naught is negative. This is possible only when the equilibrium constant Kc, it is greater than, so 1. So delta G, so equilibrium constant delta G naught is equal to minus 2.303 RT log Kc. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಜಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈ Kc ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 1 ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ 10 ಪವರ್ ಮೈನಸ್ 1 ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 1.1 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಮೈನಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಮೈನಸ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ, ಸೊ Kc ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, Kc is equal to greater than 1. Kc is greater than 1. In such cases only the cell reaction is spontaneous. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಜಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, delta G naught is negative. So for the question number 42, so second option is the right option. Delta G naught is negative, cell reaction is spontaneous. Is clear? Next question number 43. Question number 43. Equivalent conductance of barium ions and chloride ions are 127 and 76 per ohm per centimeter per equivalent respectively. Equivalent conductance of barium chloride at infinite dilution is, equivalent conductance of barium chloride at infinite dilution. ನಾನು ಹಿಂದೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ. According to Kohlraa's law, equivalent conductance of any electrolytic solution at infinitely diluted state is equal to the sum of equivalent conductance of equivalent conductivities of cations and anions. So because at infinite dilution, electrolyte is completely ionized and each ion makes a definite contribution towards the conductance, equivalent conductance. Is clear? So that is why, so equivalent conductance of any electrolytic solution is equal to the sum of equivalent conductance of cations and anions, conductivities of cations and anions. So for barium chloride, so equivalent conductivity, so equivalent conductivity of barium chloride is equal to conductivity, equivalent conductivity of barium ions at infinite dilution plus equivalent conductivity of chloride ions at infinite dilution. So equivalent conductivity of chloride ions at infinite dilution. So what is the equivalent conductivity of barium ion given? So barium ion is 127. It is equal to 127 plus chloride ion is 76. 76. It is equal to 6 plus 7, 13. So here 8 plus 2, 10. So 1 plus 1, 2. So it is equal to 203. So this is the equivalent conductivity of barium chloride. So third option is the right option for the equivalent conductance of barium and chloride ions. So for the question number 43, so third option is the right option. ಮತ್ತಿಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಬೇರಿಯಂ ಕ್ಲೋರೈಡ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ BaCl2 to form Ba plus 2 plus 2Cl minus ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ 2 into equivalent conductivity of chloride ions ಅಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡುದು. ಅವರೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ equivalent conductance of barium ions and chloride ions. Suppose if you want to calculate the molar conductivity of barium chloride at infinite dilution is equal to, so molar conductivity of barium ions plus 2 into molar conductivity of chloride ions. So ನೀವು molar conductance ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ, ಅವಾಗ molar conductivity of barium ions ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, plus 2 into molar conductivity of chloride ions. So that is the molar conductivity of barium chloride. So that is why according to Kohlraasch's law, so molar conductivity of any electrolytic solution at infinite dilution state is equal to the sum of molar conductance of cations and anions, and each ion is multiplied by a number which is present in one formula unit of the electrolyte. So that is statement for Kohlraasch's law. So for this reason, according to Kohlraasch's law, equivalent conductivity of electrolytic solution is equal to the sum of equivalent conductance of cations and anions. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ 2 moles ತಗೋಬೇಡಿ. ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಅದೇ ಮೋಲಾರ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ನಾವು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಸಪೋಸ್ 2 moles ತಗೊಳ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ, ಅದು ಮೋಲಾರ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಬೈ 2 ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ, ಅದು ಈಕ್ವಾಂಟ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಮೋಲಾರ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಬೈ ವೇಲೆನ್ಸಿ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್. ನಾನು ಥಿಯರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು. ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 44. ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ Fe plus 2 to Fe, E naught value minus 0.44 volts, Fe plus 3 to Fe plus 2, 0.77 volts, Fe plus 2, Fe plus 3 and Fe blocks are kept together. Then ನೋಡಿ, ಫೆರಸ್ ಅಯಾನ್, ಫೆರಿಕ್ ಅಯಾನ್, ಐರನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಒಟ್ಟಾಗಿಟ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾನೆ. ನೋಡಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, Fe plus 2 to Fe, ferrous ion to ferric ion. So this is the E naught value. It is equal to minus 0.44 volts. Ferric ion, Fe plus 3 to Fe is equal to, so this is the standard reduction potential value of ferric ion to ferrous ion. This is equal to 0.77 volts. Ferrous ion, ferric ion and iron blocks are kept together. Then, so look at these two values. So this has the higher SRP value. So higher the SRP value, it becomes a strong oxidizing agent. So what is meant by an oxidizing agent? Oxidizing agent is a substance which gains electrons. So that ferric ion that is reduced to ferrous ion or iron. It means that higher the value of this SRP value of iron, that becomes a good oxidizing agent, so that Fe plus 3 ions. So Fe plus 3 ions decreases. Fe plus 3 ion decreases. Note, Fe plus 3 decreases, Fe plus 3 increases, Fe plus 2 to Fe plus 3 remains unchanged, Fe plus 2 decreases. So look here, ferric ion decreases, ferrous ion increases. Ferric ion decreases, ferrous ion increases. So ferric ion decreases. Second option is the right option for question number 44. Is clear? Second option is the right option for question number 44. Is clear? ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜ್ಞಾಪಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳ್ರೆ, among these two values, lower the SRP value electrode reaction is oxidation. Oxidation means iron is converted into Fe plus 2, or so iron is converted into Fe plus 2 here. But in this case, Fe plus 3 to Fe plus 2, so this is the reduction potential value. then ferric ion is reduced to Fe plus 2. It means that Fe plus 2 ion concentration increases. So here also oxidation, Fe to Fe plus 2, Fe plus 2 ion concentration increases, but Fe plus 3 ion concentration decreases. Next, question number 45. PbO2 to form Pb. PbO2 to form PbO. In this case, delta G at 298 Kelvin, delta G at 298 Kelvin is less than 0. It is less than 0. It means reaction is spontaneous. Reaction is spontaneous, which occurs on its own. So thereby stability of Fe plus 2 increases. Stability of Pb plus 2 increases, because in this case lead is in the plus 2 state. Stability of lead in plus 2 state increases. Is clear? So reaction is spontaneous. This reaction occurs on its own. Thereby lead dioxide is changed to lead monoxide by itself. So therefore this reaction is spontaneous. It means that Fe plus 2 ion, Pb plus 2 ion concentration increases, means it is more stable. But if you consider SnO2 to SnO, delta G at 298 Kelvin is greater than 0. Since standard free energy is positive, if delta G naught is positive, cell reaction is non-spontaneous. It is non-spontaneous. Cell reaction is non-spontaneous. Means this reaction does not occur easily. So ಅಷ್ಟು ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ SnO2 is not converted into SnO. So therefore Sn plus 4 is stable. Sn plus 4 is stable. Hence, in this case, Pb plus 2 and Sn plus 4 are exist. Pb plus 2 and Sn plus 4. So fourth option is the right option for question number 45. Is clear? Lead dioxide to lead monoxide, standard free energy change is less than 0. It means that it is negative. So it shows that the reaction is spontaneous. So lead dioxide is easily converted into lead monoxide. The stability of lead in plus 2 state increases. So if delta G naught is less than 0, lead in plus 2 state is more stable. So and a stannic oxide SnO2 that is converted to SnO, this reaction is non-spontaneous because delta G free energy change is greater than 0. It is positive. This reaction does not occur easily. It is very difficult to convert SnO2 to SnO. This reaction is possible only in the presence of certain agents. Is it clear? So this reaction occurs without the presence of any external agents, but this reaction occurs with the presence of external agents. So that is why Sn plus 4 is stable. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೇಷನ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Is clear? So that is why Pb in plus 2 state, Sn in plus 4 states are possible. Option, fourth option. Clear? Next, question number 47. In the electrolysis of sodium chloride, when platinum electrode is taken, then S2 is liberated. So question number 46, in the electrolysis of sodium chloride, say platinum is used, hydrogen gas is liberated at cathode. That is, gas is liberated at cathode. So if mercury cathode is used, so this is cathode. If mercury cathode is used, so mercury cathode is used, no hydrogen gas is liberated, it forms NaHG. It forms amalgam. So what is the reason for it? In the electrolysis of sodium chloride, if platinum is used as a cathode, platinum electrode is used, hydrogen gas is liberated at cathode, at platinum. In this case, Na plus, in addition to the dissociation of NaCl and H2O. So H plus OH minus. So here Na plus Cl minus. If platinum electrode is used, hydrogen gas is liberated. So H plus is easily reduced, but not Na plus. Na plus and reduce aglilla. H plus reduce ಆಯ್ತು. So reason is, so H plus has low discharge potential. Low discharge potential means H plus requires low voltage to convert into hydrogen gas. Is clear? If mercury cathode is used, in this case Na plus it combines with mercury to form sodium amalgam. In this case H plus is not discharged because it is having high discharge potential than Na plus. Mercury. So that is why in this case H plus is not discharged. Instead of H plus, sodium combines with the mercury to form amalgam. It means that if mercury is used as a cathode, then more voltage is required to convert or to reduce H plus ion into hydrogen gas. Is clear? So that is why first option is Hg is more inert than platinum. This is not the correct option. More voltage is required to reduce H plus at mercury than platinum. That is right. Second option is the right option for question number 47. Second option is the right option. No example. So more voltage is required to reduce H plus ions at mercury as cathode than platinum. Is clear? So that is the question number 47. Is clear? So previous question is 45. So question number 46 is skipped. Okay, no problem. So for the question number 40. Okay. Question 47. The electrolysis of molten sodium chloride. Electrolysis of sodium chloride. If platinum electrode is used, hydrogen gas liberated. Why? So H plus has lower discharge potential than Na plus. Yavaga, if platinum electrode is used. Instead of platinum, if mercury is used, H plus has higher discharge potential that requires more voltage to reduce H plus to hydrogen if mercury is used as a cathode than platinum. So second option is the right option. Third option, sodium is dissolved in mercury when it does not dissolve in platinum. That is wrong. Cause H plus ions is larger when platinum electrode is taken. That is also wrong. Next. Question number 48. On the basis of information available from reaction of O2, 4/3 Al plus O2 to form 2/3 Al2O3, delta G is minus 827 kilojoules per mole. Minimum EMF required to carry out electrolysis of alumina is. So illi nodi eno minimum EMF andre E naught value standard EMF of a cell anna kelidare. So equation given is 4/3 Al plus O2. 4/3 Al plus O2 will give rise to 2/3 Al2O3. So delta G delta G is equal to minus 827 kilojoules per mole. Kilojoules per mole. So what is the value of N for this reaction? So how do we calculate the value of standard EMF of a cell? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ calculate ಮಾಡೋ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಏನಿದೆ? Delta G naught is equal to minus NF E naught cell. Delta G naught is equal to minus NF E naught cell. ಇದು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಇದು. But delta G naught is given, that is 827 kilojoules per mole. So what is the value of N? So in this reaction, if alumina Al2O3, it is converted into 2Al plus 3 O minus 2. So this is the dissociation of alumina in the molten state. So each alumina gives 2 moles of aluminium ions. 2 moles of aluminium ions. So therefore 2 by 3 moles. So 2 by 3 Al2O3, it gives how many number of aluminium ions? 2 by 3 into 2 into Al plus 3 plus number of electrons and node. Number of electrons ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 into 3. So each aluminium ion loses 3 electrons. Each aluminium ion loses 3 electrons. So therefore 2 by 3 Al2O3 that loses how many number of electrons? ನೋಡಿ, ಒಂದು ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್? ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 into 3 6 electrons ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನ ಇದ್ರೆ. 2 by 3 ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ? ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರೆ, 1 ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನ ಇಟ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ 2Al plus 3, ನನಗಿಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬೇಡ, ಪ್ಲಸ್ 6 electrons, 2 plus 3 so 6 electrons. Therefore 2 by 3 Al2O3 it gives 2 by 3 into 6, 2 by 3 into 2 into 6 into 2 into 3 ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈಚ್ ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು 3 ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ 4 electrons ಬರುತ್ತೆ. 4 electrons ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, 2 by 3 into Al2 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 2 ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ, 2 by 3 into 2, so each aluminum loses 2 electrons, sorry 3 electrons. So that is why, so your option is ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, 2 by 3 into number of aluminum, 2 by 3 into number of aluminum atoms 2, and each aluminum loses 3 electrons. So 3 cancel ಆದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ 4 electrons. So this is the value of N. So N is equal to 4. Hence the formula is delta G naught is equal to minus NF E naught cell. Delta G naught is minus 827 into 10 to the power of 3 joules. It is equal to 827 kilojoules ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಜೌಲ್ಸ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. N value minus 4 into 96,500 into E naught. This value is to be calculated. Therefore E naught is equal to 827 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by 4 into 96,500. Say the 96.5 ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. So 827 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by 4 into 96.5 into 10 to the power of 3. So 10 power 3 cancel each other. Approximately ಇದು 100 ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಕೂಡ ನೀವು 100 ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ so 96.5 ನಾನು ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ತಗೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ 800 by 4 into 1 by 100. So it is 100 8 times 8 by 4 nearly equal to 4. Sorry, 8 by 4 means 2. 8 by 4 means 2. 2 is the nearest answer. 2.14, that is your answer. 2.14. So for the question number 48, So answer is first one. So first option is the right option for question number 48. So 2.14 volt. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಗೆ ನಿಯರೆಸ್ಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ 2 ಗೆ ನಿಯರೆಸ್ಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 2.14 ಇದೆ. 2.14 is correct. ಇಲ್ಲಿ so for the given reaction to find the value of n, that is very important. So n ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜ್ಞಾಪಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳ್ರೆ. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಇಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಇಲ್ಲಿ. So what is the valence of aluminium? +3. Each aluminium loses 3 electrons. ಅದರ 2/3 Al2O3 ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ 2/3 into 2 ನೋಡಿ 2 into 2/3 ಆಯ್ತು. 2 into 2/3 multiplied by each aluminum loses 3 electrons. 3 cancel ಆದ್ರೆ 4 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Is clear? Next question number 49. The EMF of a Daniell cell at 298 Kelvin is E1. Zn to ZnSO4 0.01 molar. So it is separated by copper sulfate through a salt bridge, 1 molar copper sulfate solution and copper. When the concentration of zinc sulfate is 1 molar and that of copper sulfate is 0.01, then EMF changed to E2. So what is the relationship between E1 and E2? What is the relation between E1 and E2? So look at the given cell reaction. Zinc is in contact with zinc sulfate solution whose concentration is 0.1 molar, 0.01 molar connected through a salt bridge. The copper sulfate concentration of copper sulfate is 1 molar. This is the cell representation. The reaction, so this is anode, this is cathode. The overall cell reaction is anode means zinc is anode, oxidation of zinc takes place. Zn is oxidized to Zn plus 2. Copper ion is reduced, Cu plus 2 to form Zn plus 2 plus Cu. So in this case, the zinc ion concentration is 0.01 molar. Copper ion concentration is 1 molar. Then in this case, EMF of a Daniell cell is E1. So therefore, E1 is equal to, so for this reaction, E1 is equal to E0 minus 0.0591 by N value 2, 0.0591 by 2 into ನೋಡಿ log product by reactant. So product is, so concentration of Zn plus 2 ion by concentration of Cu plus 2. This is equal to E1 is equal to, or ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, if EMF of a Daniell cell is E1 when the concentration of zinc is 0.01 and copper is 1 molar. So E1 is equal to E0 minus 0.0591 by 2 into, so here log zinc ion concentration by copper, so into log zinc ion concentration by copper ion concentration. So into log Zn plus 2 is 0.01 means 10 to the power of minus 2 by 1. So log 10 to the power of minus 2 means minus 2 log 10. Minus into minus plus 2 cancel ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So we get, so E0 minus 0.0591 by 2 into log 10 power minus 2 means minus 2 log 10 value 1. So minus into minus plus 2 cancel each other. It is equal to E0 plus 0.0591. So this is the value of E1. So what is the value of E2? So E2 is equal to see, so look at the given question. When the concentration of zinc sulfate is 1 molar, so ಇದು 1 molar, copper ion is 0.01 molar. ಇದನ್ನು ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? So E2 is equal to, so E naught minus 0.0591 by 2 into log. ನೋಡಿ, zinc ion concentration 1 molar ಆದ್ರೆ into log 1 divided by 10 to the power of minus 2. This is equal to E naught minus 0.0591 by 2 into log 2. So log 10 to the power of 2. It is equal to E naught minus 0.0591 by 2 into log 10 for 2 means 2 log 10. So log 10 value 1, 2 to cancel each other. So we get E naught minus 0.0591. So this is the value of E2. So among E1 and E2, E naught plus 0.0591 is the value of E1. E naught minus 0.0591 is the value of E2. So therefore E1 is greater than E2. Therefore E1 is greater than E2. E1 is greater than E2. Is clear? Nodi correct example tagolre. So for the question number 49, so your option is E1 is greater than E2. First option is the right option. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಈ ಡೇನಿಯಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಿಂಕ್ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾಪರ್ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ EMF ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದಿ EMF for the given cell and EMF after changing the concentrations. Is it clear? So first option is the right option for question number 49. Next question. ಇದು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ನರ್ಸ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡೋದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ EMF of galvanic cell involving cell reaction with N is 2 is found to be 0.295 volts at 25 degrees centigrade. Equilibrium constant of the reaction would be, ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ, ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ EMF of a galvanic cell is given. So standard EMF of galvanic cell is, that is equal to, so 0.295, 0.295, and N value is given. So what is the value of N? 2. Then the equilibrium constant of the reaction would be, ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಈಕ್ವಿಲಿಬ್ರಿಯಂ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿದಾರೆ. So what is the EMF of a cell given? ನೋಡಿ, EMF ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಏನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ, ಈಕ್ವಿಲಿಬ್ರಿಯಂ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಗ್ಯಾಲ್ವಾನಿಕ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಗ್ಯಾಲ್ವಾನಿಕ್ ಸೆಲ್ಗೆ N ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 2 ಅವರೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಗ್ಯಾಲ್ವಾನಿಕ್ ಸೆಲ್ ನೋಡಿ, E cell is equal to E naught cell minus 0.0591 by 2 for galvanic cell. It contains zinc and copper. Number of electron changes to ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲೇ. So into log equilibrium constant. So but we know that at equilibrium E cell is equal to 0. Therefore E naught cell is equal to 0.0591 by N. So N means 2 into log Kc. So log Kc is equal to 2 into E naught cell minus 0.0591. So 2 into, so what is the value of standard EMF of a cell? Standard EMF of a cell is, that is 0.295. 0.295 divided by 0.0591. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ EMF ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲಿ? EMF ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ EMF ಈಸ್ 0.295, ಅದನ್ನ 0.3 ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ 0.3 ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಇದು 0.06 ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ರಿ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ನೋಡಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರೆ 2 ಇಂಟು 0.295 ಇದೆಲ್ಲ 0.3 ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, 0.06 ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, 0.06 ಬರೀಬೋದಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಸಬ್ 2 ಇಂಟು 3 into 10 to the power of minus 1 divided by 6 into 10 to the power of -2. So 3 ones, 3 twos, 2 cancel ಆಯ್ತು. It is equal to so 10 ಆಯ್ತು. The value is 10. Is clear? So our value log Kc is equal to 10. Log Kc is equal to 10.000 ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ Kc is equal to so 1 into 10 to the power of 10. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ, so to apply log applying log to this value, log apply ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಏನ್ ಬರೀಬಹುದಾದ್ರೆ log apply ಮಾಡಿ log Kc log 10 to the power of 10 log 10 power 10 means 10 log 10 10 log 10 10 into log 10 value 1 ನೋಡಿ 10 ನ ಉಳಿತು. So your answer is 10 to the power of 10 ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಹುಡುಕ್ರಿ, ಅದೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. 10 to the power of 10 option fourth option is there. So right option for question number 50 is clear. So fourth option is the right option. Clear? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ರಿ, E0 cell is equal to 0.0591 by n into log k. ಆ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು ನಮ್ಗೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 96,500 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, 8.314 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ 96,500 8.314 ನಾವು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಈಗ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋ ಬದಲಾಗಿ 2.303 RT by NF 2.303 R into T by F ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ 0.0591 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಲಿ so E0 is equal to 2.303 RT by NF into log Kc. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2.303 ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ 2.303 into 8.314 into 25 298 divided by 96,500. ಇದನ್ನು ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ 0.0591 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಯಾರಡೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಆರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಯಾಕೆ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು, ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಅದು ಸರಿ ಇದೆ ಅದು. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 51. ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆನೋಡ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ಡ್, ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆನೋಡ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ಡ್ giving only carbon dioxide in the production of 270 kg of aluminum metal from bauxite by Hall process is atomic mass of aluminum is 27. ನೋಡಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಲಿ. ಈ ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರಾಫೈಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಆನೋಡ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಬೈ Hall Héroult process. Graphite rods are gradually burns away. Then what mass of graphite that is required for the production of 270 kg of aluminum ಅಂತ ಆ ಅರ್ಥದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ 270 kg ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಯಾರಡೇಸ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಲಾ. ನೋಡಿ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಈಸ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇಂಟು carbon dioxide. So oxidation state of carbon is 0. So here it is +4. Here it is +4. So therefore equivalent mass of carbon is equal to, so atomic mass 12 divided by valency 4, it is equal to 3. Then equivalent mass of aluminum is equal to atomic mass 27 divided by valency 3, it is equal to 9. Then according to Faraday's second law, mass of carbon by equal mass of carbon is equal to mass of aluminium by equal mass of aluminium. So what mass of carbon is required for the production of 270 kg of aluminium? 270 kg of aluminium. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ 270 kg ಬರಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Is clear? Then so mass of carbon is equal mass of aluminium into mass of aluminium equal mass of carbon into mass of aluminium divided by equal mass of aluminium. It is equal to, so what is equal mass of carbon? 3. So what is the mass of aluminium form? 270 kg. 270 divided by, so equal mass of aluminium is 9, so it is 3 times. So 3 times 27, 0 as it is. It is equal to 90 kg. So 90 kg of carbon is required for the production of 270 kg of aluminum metal. Is clear? ಇದನ್ನ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಮಾಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಇದೇ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆನೋಡ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ಡ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಆದಾಗ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ಹಾಲ್ ಹೆರಾಲ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಈಸ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಇಂಟು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಮೊನಾಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್. ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಓನ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ದಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಈಸ್ +4. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ದಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್. So atomic mass of carbon is 12 by valency 4, that is the equal mass. So atomic mass of aluminum is 27, so its valency is 3, therefore equal mass is 9. Clear? So therefore your option is third option for question number 51. So for question number 51, third option is the right option. Is clear? Next, another question number 52. So last question. Consider the half cell reduction reaction. Mn plus 2 electrons we get Mn, E0 value is given. Mn plus 2 we get Mn plus 3 plus 1 electron, E0 value is also given. E0 for the reaction is anta kelidara. Nodi E0 for the reaction. First idana equations anna barkodri. Mn plus 2 plus 2 electrons. Mn plus 2 plus 2 electrons, we get Mn. So what is the value of N? 2 electrons. So N is equal to 2. Then what is the value of E0? E0 is equal to minus 1.18. Is equal to minus 1.18 volts. So this is the equation 1. This is equation 1. So delta G1 is equal to minus N value 2 minus 2F into E0. So E0 is minus 1.18. Minus 1.18. Is clear? So this is also equal to minus into minus plus. So 2 into, so F into 2 8 is 16. So 3 to 2.36. F into 2.36 is clear. 2 8 is 16. So 1, 2 1 is 2 plus 1 3, 2 1 2 2. So minus into minus plus. So this is the value of delta G1. Is clear. Then for the second reaction. So for the second reaction, Mn plus 2 will give rise to Mn plus 3 plus 1 electron. So here 1 electron is lost. Number of electron change is 1. So in this case, N is equal to 1, E0 is equal to minus 1.51. Is equal to minus 1.51 volts. Then delta G2 is equal to, this is equal to minus n value 1 into F E naught is minus 1.5 volts, 51 volts. It is equal to F into 1.51. This is value of delta G2. F into 1.51. Then, so third equation, required equation. So required equation. E naught for the reaction 3 Mn plus 2. So 3 Mn plus 2 to Mn 0 plus 2 Mn plus 3 to Mn plus 3 to Mn plus 3. So we have to calculate the value of E naught for this reaction. E naught for this reaction. Then to this reaction, so what is the value of n? ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ n ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ +2 to 0. But +2 to +3 for 1, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So n is equal to 2. So therefore delta G3 is equal to minus 2f E naught. 2f E naught. Then to obtain this reaction, ನೋಡಿ ಹೇಗಾರೆ 3 Mn plus 2. So here 2 Mn plus 2. Sorry, 1 Mn plus 2, 1 Mn plus 2. And also 2 Mn plus 3. 2 Mn plus 3, so here only 1 mole. So therefore, second equation is multiplied by 2. Second equation is multiplied by 2. So therefore, delta G3 is equal to delta G1 plus 2 into delta G2. So delta G3 is equal to delta G1 plus 2 into delta G2. ನೋಡಿ ಈ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಇದೆ Mn plus 2 electron converted into Mn. Then second equation multiplied by 2 Mn plus 2 will give rise to 2 Mn plus 3 plus 2 electrons. So add ಮಾಡಿ 2 ಇಂದ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ 2 electrons Mn plus 2 plus 2 1 Mn plus 2 plus 2 Mn plus 2 3 Mn plus 2 so 3 Mn plus 2 will give rise to 2 Mn plus 3 plus Mn. So 2 Mn plus 3 plus Mn. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನು ಬರ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Then delta G3 is minus 2f E naught. It is equal to delta G1 is f into 2.36 plus 2 into delta G, f into 1.51. So f into 2 into f into 1.51 E value. This is equal to minus 2f into E naught. It is equal to, so f into 2.36, so plus f into so 3. So 2 1s are 2, 2 5s are 10, so 3.02. F common ತೆಗೆದ್ರೆ 2.36 plus 3.02. This is also equal to minus 2f E naught. So here f cancel each other. So therefore E naught is equal to minus E naught is equal to, so 2 plus 6 8, then 3 as it is 5.38 divided by 2 is the E naught value. It is equal to, so 2.69 volts, and also E naught is equal to minus 2.69 volts. E naught value is minus 2.69 volts, and the possibility of forward reactions are respectively. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಈ reactions possibility ಇದೆಯಾ? Since the EMF of a cell is negative, the reaction is not feasible. Therefore, no possibility of the forward reaction takes place. Hence, your option is minus 2.69 volts and no. So, first option is the right option for question number 52. So, first option is right. This reaction is not feasible because the E naught value is negative. If EMF of a cell is negative, a reaction is not spontaneous. Cell reaction is not feasible. The cell does not occur on its own. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವೇನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಅಪೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಅಪೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ನ ಏನು ಸೆಲ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಈ ತರ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಬೈ ದಿಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಇಂಟು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಲೈಟಿಕ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇ ನಾಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಈಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ n is to E naught value is given. So delta G1 is called minus NF E naught cell. So now delta G ಗೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. delta G1 is equal to F into 2.36. Then similarly for this reaction, Mn plus 2 to Mn plus 3, one electron is changed. So E naught value is given. So therefore delta G2 is equal to F into 1.51. This is the required equation for to calculate the value of E naught for this reaction. In this reaction, the value of N is 2. N is 2. 3 into plus 2, 2 into plus 3. Is clear? So Mn plus 2 to Mn0, 2 electrons are gained. So that is why N is equal to 2. Then delta G3 is equal to minus 2F into E naught. So E naught value for this reaction is to be calculated. So to obtain this equation, first equation plus second equation is multiplied by 2, we get the required equation. That is why delta G3, third equation, is equal to first equation plus second equation multiplied by 2. Is clear? So delta G3 is like this, delta G1 F into 2.3136 and the 2 into delta G2 value is F into 1.51. So on simplifying, so E naught is equal to minus 2.69 volts. Since EMF of a cell is negative, therefore the reaction is not feasible. ಈ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ 2.69 volts and no possibility of the forward reaction. Is ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟನ್ನ ಸೊ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನು ಬೇರೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಅಪಿಯರ್ಡ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದಾವಲ್ಲ ಇದೇ ತರ ಇದಾವೆ. ನಾನು ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವನ್ನ ಮಾತ್ರ ತಗೊಂಡು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಉಳಿದು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಏನು ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.